Hello, this is my video on my experiences as a math learner. I don't have a whole lot of memories tied to learning math, but the high points for me were definitely classrooms that had more of a tight-knit community where there was plenty of discussions, um, problems that involved real-world applications for context, and hands-on work, whether it was using manipulatives or like even Skittles just to make it fun. Um, I enjoyed classes with teachers like that it seemed as if they were actively trying to keep students engaged that might not be interested in math otherwise. The low points for me were teachers who only assigned worksheets and um, homework out of the book because it was difficult for me to recognize the applications for that. So I was really confident in my abilities as a math learner, but my performance really depended on how engaging it was. The classes that, well, in particular with math, the classes I was less interested in, I didn't perform as well in. And then the classrooms that fit the description I was describing before, with the large group discussions and the small group work and um, real world applications, I tended to perform better in those classes. And I think that was evident with a lot of the other students too. I know some people like to work on their own, but I think as a whole, um, people really enjoyed the group work, unless it was group projects, because then there's more points tied to it. So then people cared more about how much work each person put into it. So that could make things kind of stressful. But I liked the in class group work. Um, and the effect that this has had on me as I teach math is I really have been trying to think about what interests the students and tying in those real world applications. So if I know that my students like Ninja Turtles or SpongeBob, I might throw in a problem about that. Or um, with certain math tasks, I like to design it as group work. And I know we've kind of been sticking with that theme throughout the class with no one of us alone is smarter than all of us put together. That sort of mentality. Um, yeah, and then also just giving real world applications. So if you're working with fractions, let's say using the examples of brownies or pizza and how you divide that up, just to give it some kind of context. That way, the students don't lose interest and they can see some kind of purpose in it. And I think I've really seen how that works well in my field placement because it's difficult for my students to stay on task with math. Not all of them as a whole, but um, there are a handful of students that it's hard for them to focus on math, even if they are capable of doing it. It's just a matter of getting them to sit down and do the work. But I've found that having the real world context there helps them, and being able to socialize with others about it if they get stuck helps them out too. And they're a third grade classroom, so um, they're still working on the whole group work thing. A lot of them that already know the answers kind of just want to do it on their own and don't always want to explain to those who need help. And the people that do need help will ask me or my mentor teacher about it first, but I've been really trying to persuade them to talk to their classmates about it because I mean they want to talk to their classmates anyway, and just not about math necessarily, but I think it's growing on them. And as I develop as a teacher, I want to explore ways to effectively use discussion and create tasks, like hands-on tasks, where um, the learning is a result of the students' work rather than the rote memorization that always tended to disengage me. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching.